Hello, Taurus. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your general love reading and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course. All of that is in the description box below for you. All right, let's take a look and see what we have going on for you. If I can keep them in my hands, maybe. What do we have going on for Taurus, please? All right, Taurus. Taurus in love. We have the Two of Pentacles. The Strength. The Moon. The King of Wands, the Death card, the Five of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Page of Cups. So let me take a look at this, Taurus, and then we'll start to go over everything together. All right, Taurus. So this is a very interesting energy that's kind of coming up. I don't know what I was expecting, but I can tell you it wasn't this. In the recent past, you have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like there's been a lot of mixed emotions that maybe you guys have been trying to kind of go back and forth between. But I also feel like there is a decision that you are trying to make. I think there's a situation with a person, and I do feel like this is somebody that you have experienced an ending with, Taurus. I see that in the area of your conscious thoughts, something that you think about quite often. Now, that could be that you're thinking about the person and the ending, and or it could be like if there's specific things. Maybe it's like you're thinking about what led up to an ending, or you're thinking about the ending. Maybe for some of you, I feel like it could have been kind of a messy breakup or something like that, okay? I definitely feel like for some of you, like there could be quite a bit of time that you think about that, whether you want to or not, right? Feels kind of intrusive, to be honest, where it's like even if you're trying not to, it finds its way in. With this Two of Pentacles, I feel like you're trying your best just to kind of keep things together, trying to manage things the best you can in the recent past. Feeling a lot of mixed emotions. Some of you there could have been a part of you that still wanted something, but there's a part of you, I feel like for some of you, the energy that's coming through is a bit of, I don't know if it's anger, resentment, something like that here. There's a little bit of that going on. And then maybe that's just an underlying emotion, but I do feel some of that here. So you could be trying to contend with these different emotions, but I feel like there is a decision, or was a decision you were trying to make in the recent past. So we're going to clarify this. Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Some of you maybe were trying to decide whether you wanted to address something or not, okay? Whether, like, is this something, I feel like there could have been something that came into your awareness in the recent past. Now, this could be something that you just thought of that wasn't sitting right and you wanted to address it, about an ending or about a person that you had an ending with. For some of you, there could have been new information that came into you, right? Maybe you saw something that is going on with this person now. And I just definitely feel like there's just something like that here, where there was something that some of you were like, you know what, is this something that I want to address? Is this something that I should say something about? For others of you, maybe it's just wanting to reconnect with the person, right? And it's like, should I be the one to try to reach out? Should I be the one to try to communicate? Some of you, I definitely feel like there's a conversation that you wanted to have, right? In the current energies, though, I see the Strength card. So we're going to clarify that, because to me, I'm not sure here if this is you deciding to hold back, right? And kind of resist that urge, or if that's the decision that you made, or sometimes that could be like finding the courage to say what you need to say. With the King of Wands coming up as the challenge, to me, that is like kind of like procrastinating on taking some kind of action, or, like inaction. So for a lot of you, I feel like it's you deciding to kind of hold back, right? Like, no, you know what? I'm not going to reach out, or no, I'm not going to say anything about that. But let's clarify it to be sure. Yeah, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Some of you just feel like it wouldn't do any good, right? You're like, you know what? I could reach out and say this, and this. I could reach out and tell them how I'm feeling, or I could reach out and call them out on this, but what's the point? It's not going to change anything. That's kind of where I feel here. Some of you could be feeling very, with that Six of Wands in the reverse as well, some of you could just feel very taken advantage of, underappreciated. You could feel like somebody did not value or did not treat you the way that you should have been treated. Like there's something like that here. Maybe you did a lot for this person and you felt like, you know what, they didn't appreciate me at all. Some of you could even feel used. We have the we have that King of Wands as the challenge. Yeah, I feel like we see the Five of Wands here with it. So some of you feel like it would only lead to more conflict, more drama, more problems, or turn into an argument. I feel like you guys are, for a lot of you, you're just deciding not to. Some of you, there could have been somebody else involved in this, whether this was like a friend or a family member, a third party situation for some of you. Take it how it applies for your situation, if it applies. But sometimes the Five of Wands can talk about other people being involved as well. Some of you could find out that maybe this person is in a new connection, and that could be something, okay? So just take it how it applies for your situation. But I do feel like I said, I feel like there was a big challenge here, or a big ending here when it comes to this relationship, because I still see that showing up in the subconscious area. So you're still very affected by whatever happened here between the two of you. And like I said, for a lot of you, I feel like it's because you feel like I didn't deserve what happened to me. I didn't deserve how this person treated me, or how they walked away from things, or how they ended things, right? We have the Temperance here. Yeah, some of you definitely didn't feel like you deserved that. And I feel like some of you are trying to find the higher purpose in it, right? Trying to make sense of it and trying to decide, like, I'm sure, like, what was the big lesson? What was the reason that I had to go through this? Like, I feel like some of you, there could be some anger and some resentments for what you've had to experience because you feel like you didn't deserve that. In your conscious thoughts, I see the Death card. We see the Three of Pentacles here with it as well. This part is very specific, but some of you could definitely feel like there was somebody else that had a hand in this ending. And I feel like you could feel a lot of frustration towards that person as well, right? So maybe it was like a mutual friend who wasn't really being a friend. Maybe it was, somebody who kind of was trying to get into a third party situation with your person at the time, like there's something here, or maybe it was just the friends that were in their ear talking bad. There's something like that here, where for some of you, I definitely feel like you feel like there were other people that had their hand in this or contributed to this ending here. Now, for some of you, I feel like there could be things that you're trying to work on within yourself. Three of Wands, or the Three of Pentacles, can be a card of, something being a work in progress. It can talk about, working on things, maybe projects. Maybe there's things that you're trying to keep yourself busy or distracting. Maybe you're trying to work on yourself, your biggest project of all. I feel like that's our biggest project for everybody, right? Is, working on ourselves. Some of you, that could be, what you're trying to do instead of focusing on this ending. And because I feel like what's making it hard to move past it, Taurus, for a lot of you, is I feel like you feel like you got really hurt and done wrong and you didn't deserve it. You feel like you were not appreciated, seen, or valued, right? You could feel taken advantage of. So I feel like a lot of bitterness, a lot of anger, a lot of hurt and resentment. And some of you feel like you didn't get the answers, like you didn't get the truth, you didn't get the closure. And we always deserve closure, right? We do. You definitely deserve the truth, Taurus. You definitely deserve closure. But unfortunately, sometimes we don't get what we deserve. As unfair and awful as that is, it's just the truth of it sometimes. And sometimes we have to allow their actions, right, or what they're not saying to be the closure. Because not saying stuff does say plenty. And sometimes someone's actions, they say actions speak louder than words. You know, their actions and inactions are saying plenty. And sometimes we have to allow that to speak for them and to say what we needed to, you know, to be that closure for us. We also have to understand that somebody, you know, treating us that way says a lot more about them than it does about us. Because I feel like some of you, you know, could be taking that on, and that's a very natural thing to do. But this says way more about who they are than it speaks about you and your value. We have the Moon card here in the near future. I see the Four of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I definitely feel like you feel very unsettled. Even in the near future, Taurus, I think you feel very unsettled by the lack of clarity, by the lack of understandings, by like what else? Like what else was this person hiding, or what else was really going on? What else was being said? Like I feel like that's the kind of energy, those unknowns and those what ifs that I think are making you feel a lack of peace. You're feeling very unsettled, very frustrated. And it's interesting to me that it came up this way with the Four of Swords in the reverse, clarifying that, saying that you are feeling unsettled, not feeling at peace, not feeling able to rest or even like find healing in this. And your advice is the Four of Swords. So sometimes the Four of Swords can be a card of, you know, rest, healing, recovery, but it is also a card of gratitude. You can see that there is this person being blessed up here in the stained glass window. And he has his hands folded. He is like praying and giving thanks here. And the kind of story is that this is somebody who has come back from battle, and he comes here and lays and he gives thanks that he was able to come back, right? He was able to live another day. He got through what he got through. And, you know, the stained glass window with the blessing in it is saying that this is something that was a blessing. It is a blessing in disguise, even if we can't see why now. And I definitely feel like that is a message coming through for you. Now, this person's energy showing up here as the Eight of Swords. We're going to dig into that. To me, this feels like this person may have gotten themselves in a situation that they're not quite sure how to get out of, or they have let's leave that there for a second. We have the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. Ooh, Taurus. I kind of wondered, because at the bottom of the deck here, I see the Queen of Cups, the Star card, and the Page of Cups, which to me could feel like somebody kind of being in their feelings, hoping and wishing for something here, and maybe some kind of communication or an apology. Now, I wasn't sure if this was your energy or theirs. Now, this could be, for some of you, there could be a part of you that still feels that way. Like, I still want this person to reach out. I still want this person to come in and apologize. I still miss this person. But this could be their energy as well. Now, to me, this is definitely their energy. And we have the Eight of Swords here. Tells me that somebody's in their head. They're overthinking. They feel very like they've gotten themselves in a situation and they don't really know how to get themselves out of it. They feel very kind of restricted by the past, is what that is feeling like. And it could be because this person has caused a lot of pain. I do feel like this is their energy directed at you, Taurus. So somebody here could think about, reconciling here. But I definitely feel like they feel like it's not something that is a possibility after everything. So this tells me that this person definitely has an awareness of their wrongdoing and how they treated you, okay? Because they feel like it's something that they cannot come back from. And with this Three of Cups energy, this could definitely be third-party stuff. And like I said, third-party doesn't always have to mean another romantic partner, although it could. it can be, friends or family or, things like that affecting the situation. It's anything affecting the situation outside of yourselves. So I definitely feel like that is still a factor, and I feel like somebody does have this awareness that they did not do things the right way. There is a lot of, I feel like guilt is the word I want to use, from the pain that they have caused you. And they feel like it's something that they cannot come back from. Even if they were wanting to reconcile, they feel like they can't come back from this. Whether that's true or not, this is their perspective, right? Three of Swords can talk about, forgiveness as well. So this person could want forgiveness from you. For some of you, if this person is in another connection here, that could be part of what they have gotten themselves in a situation. They could be having some regrets, but they feel like now they're in this situation, that they can't come quite back to you, and they're stuck in something else. That's not going to be for everybody, but I do feel like that is for some of you. Now, the potential outcome here, I see the Nine of Wands. We are going to clarify that. To me, Taurus, I feel like this is your energy. The Nine of Wands is an energy of somebody who's been through a lot and feels a little beat up still, and they're picking themselves up. The Nine of Wands is like, I get knocked down, but I get back up again. And I think you are. I think you are picking yourself up. I think you are, getting back up again. But I feel like there is still feeling a little bit bruised, and maybe a little bit more guarded and a little bit more cautious. Yeah, we see the Tower energy here. So I just feel like you're picking yourself up. We have the Ten of Wands. It's not easy, but the thing with the Ten of Wands is, Taurus, is that you can see his house in the background. He is almost there, right? He's almost to the space where it's not getting any worse, and soon he's going to be able to pick this or put this down, and he's going to be able to start to move forward. So I do feel like you're making progress as well, because you're going right from the 9 to the 10 of Wands. So I think this is Spirit just letting you know that as difficult as this has been, you are going to be moving into a space of acceptance with that Tower, and you are going to be picking yourself up again. You are going to get through this, and you are making progress, even if it doesn't feel like that. And then, wow, we have the Ace of Wands. So it looks like there is going to be some kind of new beginning coming in for you, okay, as well. So that's something else that Spirit wanted you to know. But that is what I have for you. I do hope that this helps. And everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time.